Alright. You go here. Here. Thunderbolt you. Mend you. Funny how Nosferatu being a light tome is because of lore reasons. It's also a Gaiden reference. It's not just a Gaiden reference. Like, that's just how Nosferatu was in early Fire Emblem. It's a light tome in every Kaga game. It's only a dark tome starting in the Game Boy Advance era. And even then, you know, in Tellius it's a light tome. I wonder why. Yeah, I don't know. If I had an answer for you, I'd give it to you, but I don't know. In Three Houses and Engage, it's also a light tome. Someone should do a video about that. Maybe for a Halloween special in 2025. I think that'd be cool if someone did that. I mean, rather than vague posting, I'll just drop my video in the chat. Danny Doyle Nosferatu. But yeah, I made a video about Nosferatu. Yeah. I'll drop it in chat. It was last year's Halloween special. Boop. If anyone's interested. I would say, like, don't leave the stream for it, but I don't know, I don't really care. You know, stream numbers aren't the end of the world. If you would find that more interesting than this, you know, feel free to. Or just, you know, watch it after. People underrate NOS in GBA. I would say especially in FE6, where it's infinitely buyable. It's good in 7. It's just the problem in 7 is you only get one. So you can't, like, have Canas Nosferatu a bunch of stuff. He just, like, you get to choose, right? This is when I'm using my Nosferatu. But, like, hey, that's pretty cool still, right? Like, it's still good. And then the problem in 8 is you don't get any good dark magic users, like Null Combat, lol. The choice in 8 is, training Ewan or dealing with Null Combat. I already watched it, thank you nonetheless. I'm saving it for later, I'll watch that later. Yeah, I talk about, you know, obviously the tome Nosferatu, but I also talk about, the movie Nosferatu, because I think it's got a really, it's very interesting part of, like, cinema history. If you, aren't aware, there's, I mean, I won't spoil it, I guess, but interesting stuff around it. My first FE6 run, Sophia was Nos taking in a bunch of it. It worked better than expected. Damn! Sophia in your first run. Honestly, quite epic. Honestly, like, genuinely, honestly, quite epic. Nosferatu is a silly little tome in this hack. No repercussions. Wonder how you create a holy tome. It seems kind of weird. I probably should have given Pericles, like, actual weapons. I didn't bother with his inventory. I was like, yeah, he'll just be like filler cav plus leadership star, which, like, that is what he's being, but oh, you're combusting these nuts. So you're gonna attack Fructuoso. We'll get the Bridge Keeper. You're protected right now because Fructuoso. Physic up Fructuoso. Combustion is the most terrifying weapon in Hag. Yeah, especially in our case where we don't have that many high res units. It's quite scary. Oh, did I put a Pate in ballista range? Checking the ballista range is like, for some reason I just always forget to do it. Tsunami's spell sword is more terrifying. It is, but it's like more avoidable because they don't move, right? Whereas combustion, they move. Good job, Laertes. Look at how terrifying... Look at how terrifying, like, how hard these enemies are hitting. It's a lot. Okay, Pericles can kill this sniper if he can hit twice. How was 0% Play-Doh, by the way? Phenomenal. He held up for a very long time. I did not undeploy him for a single map until the chapter after we got Pluto. Laertes showing his scam, I mean, investment was worth it. Yeah, no, I gotta hand it to you, chat. Like, I'm glad that we did this scam investment. I gotta give it to you. You know, credit where credit is due, chat. You steered me right for once. That's one win for chat. Came for the Hag gameplay, stayed for the Fire Emblem history. Alright, we're gonna do boat burning, hopefully next turn. In the meanwhile... we kind of gotta bide our time until we burn those boats, because I can't really lure the Dragoons. Okay, we Clepo you. Lair just doesn't fall off in 0%. He's on a roller coaster. Well, it's funny, right? Because, like, I've fielded him every chapter after spending money on him. But in each of those chapters, he kind of just felt like not worth it. This is the first time he's actually done something that I care about, right? Do you believe New Game Plus theme is good in a normal context? I think New Game Plus theme is probably the hardest unit to judge. I would call her good. I would call her good. Well, I would say she's low tier, but she is worth the investment. If you train her, the biggest cost is the early Master Seal, right? Because when she shows up, she's probably gonna be, like, the best of the mid-game pre-promotes. I have her, like, in D tier, which I guess means not good. It's more like this whole cast tends to be pretty strong, with, like, very few exceptions. Alright, Jason time. Hee, the rebels have come to play, but you're finding it rather difficult to get across, aren't you? My boys and I specialize in sabotage and subterfuge. These here are doused with flammable oil. With them, we can turn their warships into beautiful pyres. Of course, nothing in life is free, hee. 3,000 gold. I don't think I'm asking that much, am I? Hee, what if? Ah, that look in your eye, I know it too well. It is the look of one well-versed in the art of negotiation. I shall take you on, but beware. I am a master bargainer. We'll see. 2,500 gold. That is as low as you'll get me to drop it. How can this be? My bargaining powers are useless against you. Ha. He who warns does not betray, friend. Still, I commend you. Most people can't get me to budge at all. All that remains is to shake on it. Do we have a deal? Ha. Let me take a moment to count it. Yes, it is all here. What a pleasure it is to make business with such fine gents. Come along, fellas. We'll have some fiery fun. Polonius is unable to get any deal, so that's like the Jason special. How good is Fia in a growth setting? I think Fia is one of the better units in the game in a growth setting. Okay, we Fenrir you. Fia is 5 range out of 5. 5 range? What's the 5 range Fia? Because you can get 4 range with longbow, but that's not... I'm assuming that's not... I don't know what 5 range is, sorry. Do that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And I believe these reinforcements are just gonna, like, keep showing up to a kind of ridiculous degree. Who's got Hop 1 on them? Is it in the convoy? No, it's on Jason. Okay. Well, that's an unfortunate placement for it. Okay, so now Marina's gonna be informed about the boats and be sad about that. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Dodge tank, Jason. Yo! Arbalist? Isn't Arbalist already 5 range? Fia is the #1 unit in the game for player phase. Depends on what you're looking for, but, like, probably. Does Polonius have a similar event with the boat burners? No, he doesn't. Which is why I said he didn't. Which is why I said he didn't. Arbalist is only 3 to 4 range. I thought it was 4 to 5 range, naturally. I guess because the first time we encounter them is on enemy snipers, I just, like, internalized the sniper range for them. That's my B. That's my bad. I messed up. Go here. Fazang Flux. Kill this guy. Kill this person. So you have a silver bow. So then we can kill like that. $30 versus 11. Yeah, so we just gotta heal you up. Cleave bow you. Kyra feels a lot like Ephraim or Hector Lord for an enemy phased hack. Their strengths is about where I like Lords to be at. What? Kyra is about the tier of Hector or Ephraim for an enemy phased hack. I gotta be honest, I'm not entirely following. It might just be that I'm, like, expending my brain power on what is honestly a pretty difficult map. Ooh, Pericles can just kill the combustion guy in relative safety if he does it from up here. I think that's what we want. Cause, like, Kyra as an archer, right, is, I would say, pretty definitionally a player phase unit, especially since the Maelstrom, which is a big part of her power, is 3 range locked, right? So you can't even do, like, archer enemy phasing. And it's super heavy. She gets, like, the crap beat out of her. But also, like, I think Hector and Ephraim tend to be enemy phase-oriented units. Especially Hector, who, like, his claim to fame is that he's, you know, the bulky of the lords. Bulky-ulky. Oh, this was a save state turn this whole time. I'm just gonna save, I'm just gonna save, like, here, because I keep forgetting them. This is where she learns the drawbridge has been drawn. She can enemy phase with light magic in the second half of the game. I mean, technically, but she's not statted for it. Hector's enemy phase is bad until his promo, which comes late. I mean, I would argue the promo's too late to sort of make the difference. Did another combustion mage just fucking spawn? And this one moves? So killing that combustion mage was a fucking trap. That's so sad. Get Sage-Eld, loser. No! Our goat has fallen off. Like, I don't think you should be trying to, like, turn Kyra into an enemy-based unit against her will. When the much more appealing aspect of her is the fact that she can attack most enemies uncountered, either through regular bows or Maelstrom. I got Kyra to level 20, and she works out pretty well for enemy phase. Why are we fighting against, like, why are we fighting against what the unit's built for, though, right? Like, you know, you can get an archer to enemy phase, or you can, like, you know, convert her to being, you know, purely mage core or whatever. But, like, why are we doing that? Like, what is our goal here, right? Why we fitting the round peg into the square box, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Mimicry. I barely used light magic on her in the first run. I mean, light magic is good. You know, if you want to... I like having a combination of bows and light magic. It's strong, it hits on res. The fact that she can attack on, you know, both sides of the spectrum. You have the Delphi shields, right? Yeah, okay, thank goodness. Is good. I don't want to shit on the idea of, like, using light magic on her at all, because I do think it's good. 29, 33, so much fucking damage! And y'all are back. I think we'll just leave you here, put you over here, send you up here, send you over here. Mend you. Overkill hit because of certain blow. I mean, yeah, but then that's again more evidence towards like a player face unit, right? Certain blow doesn't activate on enemy face. It's funny how base Fructuoso can arrive 40 defense in 0 growths. Wait, enlighten me. Cause he's at 20 now. And I can get him up to 24 with a rally and an inspo, but I can't figure out where the other 16 is coming from. I know I normally say no backseating, but like, am I missing something huge? I guess if I gave him the 2 Draco shields, that gets him 24, 28? And then triangle gets him up to 30? I was trying to say 30. Yeah, okay, so we can get to 30. Wait, 32. Where's the other 2 coming from? The fucking combustion, baby. Fucking combustion. Barrier! Okay, so we get 38. I think we can actually get 40 or close to it. Okay, we give him the 2 Drake. Okay, we're at 20 at base, right? 20 with Luna Brace. Rally plus Inspo's 24. 32 off of barrier. 2 more from, or 4 more from the 2 Draco shields. Which brings us to 36. Triangle 38. Oh, we're just shy. Is there another source of defense? Terrain. Terrain. Put him on a mountain. Or a fort. Fort. Terrain. 40. Okay, we got there. I know it was a typo, but we got there in the end. So, you know, take that, gamers. Never give up on your dreams. Voice of Peace! 44! Or 42! Do any of his supports boost defense? Ice with Skymerius. Ice is a defense. At B rank, that's +1. Basically, what we're learning is this guy is stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid in, like, the best possible way. As it turns out, John Provoke is actually kind of broken. We did it, gamers! We broke the Provoke skill! He can break 30 even before barrier, right? I forgot about barrier. And I was still able to get us to 30, so... Fucking so many tsunamis. I could be incredibly lame and try to, like, drain them with Tome Breaker, but I don't think that's what we go for. I think we just fucking... I think we play it as intended. We use the silence. In Growth's context, Fructuoso could be impenetrable wall most enemies can't damage, minus magic. Yeah, but Clumsy exists, as someone says. So, like, there's always the 5 points. Clumsy can't kill, but you just need to deal 1 point of damage to kill post-Clumsy, right? Like, once Clumsy gets you down. These fuckers. These fuckers. Okay, we kill the combustion guy. 19 times 2 is 38. We gotta get you out of there, but we can kill the combustion guy to start out. Ruined sword. We need the brave bow. Who's got the brave bow? I ain't got no brave bow. Do a little chip. Kill you. heal you. S-rank staves. Doesn't really do anything, but it's cool. You've got a silver axe. Bonk you. Big old Jason slam. Heal up to meter. Alright, can y'all remind me, on the right-hand side, one of the houses is how you get the ballistas, and the other house is a trap where enemies show up. Can you remind me which is which? We're doing both, because the enemies have droppable items, but I don't want to be caught unaware, right? I want to be prepared. In the immortal words of Scar, be prepared. So, you know, I need to be prepared. No! Thanks, chat. I know I can count on you. Bottom one is the ballista one. It's gonna be so funny if that's a lie. Like, genuinely, unironically, I'll be bad for 2 seconds. But it will be funny. Bottom is ballista. Okay, we've got 2 bottom is ballistas. So either bottom is ballista or chat is conspiring against me at a larger level than we were prepared for. I've never played the game, but you should go on the top. Wait, that's a compelling argument. Oh my goodness. The no damage moment. Kyra, the zero growths are finally catching up to you, girly pop. The top one now, they changed it in the last patch! Yo, but imagine though, imagine if they did. That would be funny. But what if they did? There's 3 Draco shields! Fructuoso lives the dream! Telemus eating the Draco shield right in front of Fructuoso. Maybe I should have given it to Fructuoso, but I think just going all in on the Telemus train is probably the way to go. enemies of the theocracy. Oh, this is a save state turn as well. Okay, we can kill the poison sword guy. Yo, imagine having Thunderstorm and choosing to equip a poison sword. That's funny. Telemus is a Wallace archetype. He's a pre-promote who still uses a Master Seal. Wait, you're so right, though! You're so right, though! That's, like, true and real. I guess what we gotta do, I think I should probably give the Mind Scroll to Demeter. Because we're about to get the S-rank Lance, and Demeter's our only A-rank Lance user. I mean, she's mostly gonna be using, like, light magic anyway? We have the Brave Axe in here, right? Yo, he doesn't have the fucking rank for it? Washed. He's got fucking C-rank axes or some shit? Damn, what a loser. I forgot how much he sucks. Because Jason has been sweeping, I briefly forgot he sucks ass. At least you don't have to feel bad about using the S-rank sword every turn. The S-rank sword is sad. What's the S-rank sword? Save the lance for Lorenzo. Oh yeah, he does have... He has lance rank, don't he? He has axe rank too, though, right? Sorry, Fructuoso. Telemus is the 0% carry. I mean, don't sleep on Fructuoso, though. Like, he's doing work. It's the Phase 1 Sandy reward. So it's mostly there for, It's mostly there for flavor reasons, then. It makes sense that Jason is bad. He's just a good negotiator. one shot. His awful rank is axes. For reckless, that's not that bad. A rank bows and anima isn't bad. Well, it is bad for reckless, yeah. Look, I'm just taking every excuse I can to shit on this motherfucker. He's my personal fucking hate slut pay pig. That's what he is. Now Laertes cannot be mocked. Yeah, unfortunately, he's good. Unfortunately, he's a good unit. I mean, not actually, but like at this point he is. For us, for our standards. Oh, I sent them to the wrong houses, lol. Point and laugh, wrong house. In the Mother's blessed name, you will go no further. I'm just glad Jason doesn't have a C or K in that order between the A and S, or I would be personally offended by him. Oh, because it would be your name? It would be Jackson. He could never be that epic. He could never be that epic. Percy Jackson. Yo, Percy, good unit moment, though. I like Percy's personal skill. I like when my units do not get critical hitted. Thunder Tome. Alright, chat, I need you to remind me to go shopping with Jason, because we forgot to last time. Rather, I forgot to last time. Nikolaus is the biggest offender. His only decent combo is Jason, otherwise he's so boring. He's supposed to be boring, though. That's like that's his joke. That's the gag. Like that's the joke of Nikolaus. I finally get the joke of Nikolaus. This is a save state turn. Look at him go with his Brave Lance. Still no Silver Lance, by the way. Is Nikolaus just supposed to be a dude? He's a generic soldier who happens to join your army. I was about to say this map is so relaxing after 20, but then I remember the Doom Bridge in Marina. Yeah, the bridge, it gets so fucking stressful, like, just fucking immediately. Fell off. Okay, we Sage LU. The supposed to be a certain type of joke characters are not good. Like, I get the point, but why even make this character? I don't know. I think, like, when you've got a cast of 40 plus people, they can't all be fleshed out. I think it's impressive that the number of them, that like so many of them have fully fleshed character arcs. I think it's like fine and funny to have the first playable soldier be the joke is that he's a playable soldier. Yeah, you don't have to like it. And it's not, you know, it's not made, it's not gonna be, you know, everything's not gonna work for everyone, but like, I don't know, the point is people like playable soldiers. Here's your playable soldier. He's the soldier of all time. Let's do it. Nicholas has high con because he stuffs his armor. Wait, that's actually so funny. That's actually so funny. It's funny looking at the last two ROM hack streams. We have Generic Soldier versus Manakete in Secret. Of Hag? Who's the secret Manakete? Or do you mean Demeter is like a god? But like then who's the generic soldier? Nikolaus? Like we haven't used Nikolaus in 8.5 million years. No fucking shot. Okay, we gotta do it like this, I guess. That's so sad. Ying! It's also like, you know, the joke of Nikolaus being a generic soldier isn't just a single conversation where he's a generic soldier and that's it. Like, it constantly comes up how he's like, you know, trying to be a soldier. He's basically like Jason, but less talented. Because he tries to start his own, like, merc company, but then it becomes like, oh, you know, it's more about who you know than anything, and he doesn't fucking know anyone. Oh, wait, well, these guys, are they going to attack? Will the tsunami guys kill me? Like, do they attack inside? I guess we'll find out. We did just have a save state turn. Yes, they attack. Ying is toast. Not necessarily. I mean, one, I could use the silence now, but that's like, we don't want to do that. 32 attack. Fuck. Because Fructuoso dies in that case. Okay, no, what we do is we get Fructuoso to here. One of them attacks him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 more tiles of movement. So we just need 2 repos, which we can do. Alright, so kill you. Menu. Slayer you. Telemus is dead? 16 res? I don't think so. Like 54 HP? I think Telemus is fine. Telemus resists water. Yeah, he's got a raincoat on. See? 20 plus 37 hit. He's good. He's goody-goody gumdrops. And then, so you attack Fructuoso. And the other one gets Ziying, but that's also fine. Because the Ying lives 1. Also 39. Why is their hits so ass? Are these just like really high avoid tiles or something? Their hit is so bad. Yeah, why is their hit so bad? Like, genuinely. Alright, you got in, you get out. You got in, you get out. Leadership difference? No, because she has 4 leadership stars. And we have, like, maybe 5? Right? Because we got Pericles, 2 from Barlow, 1 from Pericles. 1 from Xingyi, 1 from Demeter, 1 from Kyra. So we got 6. That should only be a 6-hit difference. Like, that shouldn't be enough to make those hit rates that bad. There's something else going on. Something strange in the neighborhood. I gotta call the Ghostbusters. Okay, we Brave Lance you. They have bad hit in general, I'm pretty sure. I should check. Does Tsunami just have like a bad hit rate? It's 60 hit. Do they just have low skill? 14 skill? Like, it shouldn't be that bad, should it? Maybe it should. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it should. Pericles is doing surprisingly good work. 60 hit, meh, skill, and the houses. Yeah, I guess if it like all combines together, maybe that's the thing, is I'm not thinking of a single factor, it should be like multiple factors. Pericles, for a unit we like just pulled off the bench, is doing surprisingly well. Like, I'm not impressed by him, by any means. Why is Glaucus doing so little damage to that guy? He's got, like, middling mixed offenses. Combined with the fact that Dragoons tend to be a resistance-based class. So I'm not surprised by it. Like, Wyvern Glaucus is good, but remember, when I said, like, he has good stats for a Wyvern, mounts in this game tend to not have, like, the best classes, or bases, or whatever. Okay, we've baited y'all now. They come back. The Dragoons in the endgame still have decent res, yeah. We've baited the Arbalist guys. Actually, honestly, I think that was really good. Because now we Brave Lance you. No, we Horse Slayer you. They actually balance the flyers in this hack really well. I agree. I agree. I really like the flyer approach. The only one who I don't care for is Nakia. I just think, like, Since she shows up so close to the Glaucus Demeter moment, where, like, I get why Glaucus and Demeter are so strong. It's because, like, the game is almost over when you get them, right? And even then, they have their downsides. Nakia just feels weird. You probably still use her for a couple of maps in most playthroughs. I hate that she's bad. She's by far my favorite character in this game. That's one of the things I really like about the home base system, though, is I've never used Nakia long-term. Like, this Zero Gross playthrough is the most I've used her. And yet I still got to experience the entirety of her story, I guess except for the boss quote against Aura, which she presumably has. And I think that's awesome. Like, because it is great. It's a great story. Sibella is not Aura. She doesn't have an Aura boss quote? Her Sibel. Oh, right. I got them mixed up. I'm sorry. Nakia's introduction is a very interesting first impression. I love the Pegasus Trio fake out. Yeah. I was rendered speechless on... I mean, you can see the stream. I was like, what? $12 res versus 32, so that's 20 plus 424. Yeah, we can... so I think we start luring the tsunami fuckheads here. Send you over there. Killer Lance. I think I typed WTF in chat. Yeah. A lot of wild stuff. The most unexpected is Hestia has a combo in 24. I saw you talk about the Hestia conversation. Yeah, so Hestia is another unit that, like, I didn't use long term. And so for that same reason, I had to be told about... She has a combo with a generic Dragoon, who is, I think her father, right? Okay, let's get some Fimbulvinters. And a couple of Fenrir. I wonder if there's a convo with her mother since it's mentioned in the 24. I believe her mother canonically dies during Euphroxia's uprising. So she's dead already. She died before we made it to the city. It's mentioned her mother died before the Cairo assault. Yeah, because Euphroxia, right now, while we're assaulting the gates, Euphroxia is having her own civil war uprising. On the inside. Wing shield Laertes, so he doesn't take effective damage from bows. I didn't recruit Euphroxia as a mage. I wish I didn't recruit Euphroxia in years. It's so much cooler to have her as a general. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, you know, Witch Euphroxia is still good. I've never used her. But she's, like, got that rare combo of, high magic growth, high speed growth moments. So I think what we do is we put Fructuoso down here. Like, this is the power of Fructuoso gaming. Best mounted mage by a mile. Yeah. Like, that's, I guess Zacchaeus' claim to fame is, like, if you want a witch and you're doing General Euphroxia, you go with him, right? Just luring you. Hurricane into Killer Lance. Canto backwards. Physic U. Armory. We could buy some devil swords. I love that there's devil weapons for sale, but we need silver bows, like, more than anything. Silver bow, longbow. Silver bow. Couple of compact axes, maybe. Silver axe. We have more silver lances than we know what to do with. But more silver swords, actually, would be genuinely good. We get a white gem in the next chapter, so we can still afford the final Laertes money sink. But I still want to save a little bit of money. Get in, loser. We going shopping. I wish there was a devil bow for Vulnerary Girl. That's why you go Mamluck, Devil Sword Gaming, smiley face. Shine bright like a diamond. Alright, so you don't reach there. You've got a spear. So we rally. Sagel. Sagel you. I just noticed Jingy is supposed to be bald, but her battle sprite is the regular female nomad one with hair. 0 out of 10 game. Is that hair? I thought that was just the hat. 30 attack versus 14 defense. You're good. You don't reach. You don't reach. You do reach. You don't reach. I mean, Tome Breaker moment, right? But I guess we could be extra... Oh, no, we can't because of... Well, actually, we can, can't we? No, we can't. I think it's fine. I think we're fine. Tome Breaker moment. Hello, hello, Randoma404. How are you? Can we check the portrait? I mean, she's bald in her portrait. Like, she's got that hat. Hoplite army coming in strong. Heal up Demeter. Okay. Which meter? Dismeter. I like Fructuoso Brigand Palette having actual armor, even if it's lost when becoming a hoplite. Yeah, the unique sprites are cool. Silence next turn. I mean, I don't know, honestly. The thing is, right? Like, we're doing fine without being silenced. I guess, like, there are the tsunami guys. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I don't really need a... Yeah, I'll figure it out. Probably, though. Alright, we've got trouble! Whoa, whoa, whoa! So we Aurabomb you. I started playing Path of Radiance on the NSO. I had fun with your videos. You can just start playing Rev on Lunatic. Any tips outside of which units to use? For Rev or Path of Radiance? Rev. I mean, obviously, you know, plan your team out what you want in terms of what roles and whatnot. Yeah, I think one thing that people often overlook is the ability to sell weapons and items you're not using. Rev doesn't give you a lot of money in terms of, like, literal gold, but it does give you a very, significant amount of, sellable items. You get a lot of steel weapons in people's inventories, for example. And steel weapons are generally not good. You know, certain builds might want certain steels, but generally not good. There's some chapters that'll, like, there's chapter 19? No, 18, 19 gives you a lot of droppable, like, magic weapons and stuff that only very specific builds want. So that can be, like, a good time to sell things. I guess look ahead and figure out, like, what your team wants to be. Oh, here's a big one. If you're planning on using any kids, I think the best time to recruit them is chapter 20. It saves you on Master Seals, because Master Seals are actually weirdly limited in Rev. And so they'll all Offspring Seal. Chapter 19 is a point where you could also Offspring Seal them, but Chapter 19 has very limited deployment slots, whereas Chapter 20 opens up. So recruiting child units at 20 is typically, I think, the best time to do so. And a lot of maps, there can be times where you can take things a lot slower. Sort of the slow and steady. For chapters 16 and 17, especially on chapter 17, if you're not planning on using, like Odin, Niles, Perry, whatnot, Laszlo, if you know, you don't want to use Laszlo, those can be pretty difficult maps. Using them as, like, sacrificial fodder, I know a lot of Fire Emblem fans, you know, tend to shy away from sacrifice strategies, but they're very useful. And particularly so in the case of, that map where it can be really aggressive, like, hordes of enemies rushing towards you. Over-reliance on guard stance while forgetting about attack stance is, like, a classic mistake people make as well. So, like, just remembering... Remember to utilize attack stance during times that, like, it would be useful to you. The crit rate is unreal. Who's got Hoplon on them? Jason Alexander, give Hoplon guard to Pericles. Yeah, you guys can't get here. So Perry goes here with the silver. Tiresias is so nice on this map because when a Pate turns herself off, you still get a little bit of healing, which is nice. On Ice Boat map, I spend 50 turns to keep my high investment units alive, only for Mozu to die because of a crit on the final boss. A proc on the final boss. Oh, do you mean Icy Blood? That's not actually random. So Icy Blood, which is Flora's personal skill, it's always goes off if she's attacked at 2 range. Which I guess isn't super helpful now, but something to bear in mind, I guess, for future attempts. I always forget about Icy Blood. I've got a short of Reyna dying to Icy Blood, and then a few days later, I did a short of Flora dying to Shuriken Mastery from Kagero. And it was like, Reyna gets skill checked, Flora gets skill checked, like the revenge. Jesus Christ, Marina's terrifying. Even with a rally, yeah. Oh, but if we get rid of Solar Brace, he doesn't die, right? Because without Solar Brace, that's only 24 times 2, which is 48, so he does still die. Oh, it's a Seize map too. I forgot it was Seize. I thought it was just kill boss. Okay, so what we gotta do, we gotta just kill these guys then. The only time I ever thought about Icy Blood is Rev RR. It's genuinely useful in Chapter 5. Oh yeah, do like that little bit of extra damage. Icy Blood is such a funny thing that exists. Okay. Jason goes here with the silver bow. Trade. Hop long guard. Rally. Trade. Do that. Is Ophelia the oldest choice deploy in your army? Yeah, but does that count? Does Ophelia really count for that purpose, right? Like... $30... Because Ophelia is just copying Telemus, right? So she's not, like, actually... You know? It does feel a bit like she doesn't count for that purpose. Technically, Glaucus. If we count both Glaucuses as the same unit, which... Questionable? Glaucus has been used in fewer chapters. Yeah, I think if we don't count Ophelia, which I wouldn't, then easily Pluto saw the most chapters. Oh no, Lopez. Lopez saw more. But Pluto and Fia got fielded at the, or got benched at the same time. Y'all are forgetting Kyra? Well, they said not. They said by choice. Kyra's not by choice. Kyra's forced. Tied with a pate. Specified choice, yeah. Alright, let's just shoot you. Get a little bit of extra bow rank, and then end the map. Jesus, that was ridiculous.